guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Cariel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to be successful as a 20-something-year-old. This video is actually kind of like a reminder to myself because I've been thinking a lot lately about my goals. I have a lot of goals. I have short-term goals, long-term goals, and I'm the kind of person that loves to plan, so I will literally sit down and write in my journal like different steps that I can meet along the way, which is like something that's like important to do. You have to make sure that the goals that you set are manageable and there are like concrete steps along the way to help you reach those goals. But the thing is that I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I won't necessarily give myself a time limit, but if I don't really feel like there's any movement towards that goal, then sometimes I tend to get discouraged. The point that I'm trying to make is that I kind of need to just chill out sometimes. As 20-something-year-olds, we kind of have a lot of pressure to be grown up and to have everything together, and you know, like, we are all making progress in some way, and for some reason we just decide that we're not going to give ourselves any credit. That also comes with like who you are and the way that you decide that you want to define success, because for me personally, I get a lot of my motivation from making change. I feel like I'm the most motivated when I know that I'm making some kind of positive change and I'm having an impact on people. Within the past year, I've done that. I have continued to do that, but for some reason, like whenever there's like little breaks and I feel like I'm getting bored, then those are the times when I get down on myself and I'm like, okay, time to make some new goals. I gotta keep going, you know? Like, you always feel like you have to keep going. I realized that I need to give myself a break because I don't want to burn out. I want to continue doing the things that I'm doing, and I won't be able to do that if I do too much all at once, if I put too much pressure on myself. Something that I've been working on is making sure that I'm not being too much of a people pleaser, because I definitely grew up always making sure that I didn't disappoint anyone, and while I still don't want to disappoint anyone, I realize that the main focus is me, so like whatever I decide will make me happy, everyone else will just kind of have to deal with what happens along the way. And I realize that a lot of people might not like that kind of thinking because, you know, they might say like, well, you could avoid all these problems if you just like listen to like whatever, life will be much easier if you like go to school and you do this. But the thing is, I feel like I've worked towards goals in the past that weren't necessarily my goals, and it's important to kind of like feel around, even if in the future that is not something that you want to do, at least you can say for sure it's not what I want to do. And like when we're going into college, or I don't know, we're pursuing some kind of whatever your goal is, you shouldn't really be focused too much on that goal. Like, while yes, you want to be making steps towards that goal, sometimes if you're being, it's kind of like you have tunnel vision and you're kind of missing out on opportunities along the way if you're too focused on one thing, you know? I think as 20-something-year-olds, honestly, this is the time in our life where we should literally just spend our time exploring all those different things that we could do. I mean, obviously there are those people who, from the time they were like 5 years old, they know what they wanted to do, but I thought that I was one of those people and realized that I'm not. And I think it's very stressful sometimes when you're kind of trying to figure things out and then still have to deal with all that pressure coming from outside. But yeah, again, you need to chill. Lately, I've been trying to incorporate a lot more goals that kind of, they're not necessarily goals like professional goals or like life goals, but they're more like, right now, what do I need to do to help myself feel better, you know, like mentally, physically, whatever. So I'm gonna read to you guys some of these goals that I made. So this is my journal. I wish I could tell you. I think I got it from Target. This is a moleskin notebook. It's one of those with the just blank pages. It gives you a lot of freedom to just like draw or write, do whatever you want. I'm not really good at bullet journaling. I tried for a while, it didn't really work out, but I just kind of write whatever I want to write whenever. It's not very organized, but it's like I can figure it out, and that's all that really matters because I'm the only one who'll be looking in here. So anyway, so the last time I wrote down like an actual list of goals was in June. So usually I would be very specific about my goals and say, like, if I said I wanted to exercise, like I would say, okay, well, you're gonna exercise 5 times a week for an hour and whatever, right? But I stopped being so specific sometimes with my goals because if I don't meet it, then I get disappointed. Like, even if I go like 2 times and I'm like, oh, well, you know, at least you did some. I mean, I know I shouldn't be disappointed because at least I went, but yeah. So these are very, like, broad goals. So some of my goals in June were to spend more time outside, leave the house on my work from home days, work out more consistently, invest in my hobbies, and read and create more. And I also said that I wanted to eat cleaner. I meant like more whole foods and actually spend time planning out my meals. And I've definitely made a lot of progress over the past few months with these goals, and I think now my plan is to be a little bit more specific with my goals. So I'm going to go through this list and I'm going to make those more specific, like how I mentioned that I normally do, because now I feel like I kind of in the routine, I'm in the mind space where like I feel like those things are attainable, so I could just get better at it as time goes on. But still, I want to make sure that those goals are reachable. So honestly, the point of this video is continue to make your goals, make sure you can reach them, make sure that your goals are actually your goals, because sometimes we are influenced too much by, you know, the pressures and expectations that come from others. But just continue to work towards your passion, because honestly, you only want to be doing something that will actually make you happy. That's definitely something that I'm working towards each day. Find a way to get closer to whatever your passion is. I also just want to say that life is crazy. Things happen and you might not be prepared for them. Even if you're not in the ideal situation right now, just remember that you're not locked into your decisions. You can always change what you're doing. There's never, it's literally just never too late to change. My goals are always changing. It's never too late to pursue something new, and now is definitely the time to do that. And yeah, stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Even if you don't feel like you're making any progress, I promise you, you might not notice it, but other people are. We have too many opportunities to let them go by. We have a lot of options, and sometimes that's kind of scary, but I think it's really important that we continue to just like try out a bunch of different things until we figure out exactly what it is that we like, what our goals are, and then proactively work towards those goals. That's all I'm here to say today. So thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for my next one. If you like this, give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel so that you'll see whenever I post again. Also, I started vlogging on my Instagram stories, so if you want to catch up with me on a day-to-day basis, you can follow me at kari.bbean, Caribbean with a dot, with a K, on Instagram, and you can catch up with me. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching again.